Josh, can you feel your feet?
Can you move your
Are we on? Are we rolling? Are we on?
Move my hands, Josh.
We're here at the Rogersville Armory. We just saw at Night of the Cage the Illuminati tried to end the career of Josh Crawford. We're waiting on an ambulance right now. I'm in the locker room.
Hey, get out of here! Get those cameras out of here, man!
Get out!
Get out!
Get out of here!
Can you move his fingers?
He squeezed my hand.
Wrestling coming to the Mountain Empire March 31st at the Armed Forces Center in Mount Carmel, Tennessee. But March 30th, the big night at the Civic Auditorium, barbed wire steel cage match. We know about the bad blood. We know about the beatings. We know about the blood. We know about the brawls. It's got a lot worse, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with the Illuminati.
What's so bad about it? What's so bad about it?
Josh Crawford's almost crippled. We don't know. we're still waiting.
Listen, man. Look at me right now. Do you think I care if he walks again? Do you think I care if he wrestles again? Do you think I care if he dies? I don't. What happened to you was a casualty of war. Josh Crawford, suck it up. Everybody's saying, is Josh Crawford going to make it to the 30th through the barbed wire cage match? Is he going to make it? Poor Josh. Not like I have been put through tables, had my back broke, major concussions, injuries. I always made it. Why can't he? You're buddies with Josh, aren't you?
Yeah.
You send him a message from me. You tell him he is a gutless coward. You tell him he is yellow belly. You tell him that he is not a man if he doesn't meet us in the ring March 30th. We're going to finish the job. And Beau James, you're coming along with him. Because we've been after you for a long, long, long time. What happened to Josh Crawford tonight is nothing. Nothing compared to what's going to happen to you when we get a hold of you. I don't care if you've got a partner or not. Beau James, March 30th, you are getting hurt. It will be your last day in professional wrestling. It might be your last day on earth.
You know, I am a little bit upset. I am a little bit upset about what happened to Josh Crawford. Because you see, I wasn't trying to put him through the table. I was trying to put him through the floor. But you know, on March the 30th, you're not going to have to worry about a table. You're not going to have to worry about a chain-linked cage. You're going to have to worry about us and barbed wire. And what we plan on doing with that barbed wire is we're going to scrape your face so many times across it that come Saturday morning, your mother, your father, your girlfriend, nobody's going to recognize who you are. And Beau James, we're going to do the same thing to you. You're going to wake up on Saturday and Misty's not going to know who you are. Because just like Tony Givens always says, he who holds the power rules the world.
Big night of action coming to the Armed Forces Center in Mount Carmel, Tennessee on March 31st in the Civic Auditorium the night before. And we thought things were bad between the Illuminati, Beau James and Josh Crawford. They've gotten a lot worse. As you've seen at the beginning of the program, Josh Crawford has been injured. The Illuminati tried to take him out of wrestling. We're shooting this literally 35, 40 minutes after the EMTs have looked at him. They've taken him to run some tests. We don't know the condition of Josh Crawford. And I'm here right now with Beau James. And Beau has some words on these upcoming events.
You know, it's hard to stand out here and talk to all these good people at home and talk to you, Dylan, but I got a million thoughts going through my mind as I saw my cousin carried out of here. Tony Givens, Chris Richards, this has been going on for almost a year now. You've kicked my wife in the face. You've bloodied me up many times. You've tried to hurt me. You've tried to hurt different members of my family. But you have crossed the line. Because now you tried to permanently injure somebody. You tried to put Josh completely out of the sport of professional wrestling. This Friday night, Kingsport Civic Auditorium, and Saturday we're in Mount Carmel. You know, there's a lot of stuff. Me and Josh are supposed to be wrestling as a team both nights. And I don't know if he's even going to be able to get out of the hospital or even be able to make it to the matches. But you better believe me when I tell you this. I'm going to be there. And I got a big family. And when you fight one of us, you fight all of us. You tried to put my cousin in a wheelchair. I'm going to try to put you 6 feet under.
With the economy changing almost daily and not always for the best, let Hassie'sKitchenTable.com keep your food budget under control. Leave the work up to us as we find inexpensive recipes, cooking, and shopping tips. You will soon have all the tips, ideas, recipes you need to feed your family well on a budget and have fun while doing it.
Make your dream come true. The King of Kingsport Beau James School of Professional Wrestling is now open. Want to be a pro? Then train with a pro. We now have available spots open for men and women who want to become professional wrestlers, valets, managers, and referees. Certification on completion of training. For more information, email sswking@aol.com or write to P.O. Box 125, Fall Branch, Tennessee 37656.
Fans of the Mountain Empire, if you're looking for a great and exciting new way to bring funds into your nonprofit, the way to do it is with a great wrestling card of Southern States Wrestling. We're going to give you the money the night that we collect it right there in your hometown. That way you don't have to wait weeks and weeks on the proceeds to come in. Joe Wheeler, it's a great way to raise funds.
No doubt about that, Michael Sutherland. Great way to get a bunch of folks together, have a good time, enjoy a fun-filled family night with Southern States Wrestling. Wrestling action that you can bring the 5-year-old children right on up to the 88-year-old grandmothers too, because it's family-friendly, family fun, as only Southern States Wrestling can do. If you own a business in the Tri-Cities, we do have advertising space available right here on the Southern States Wrestling Power Half Hour, seen on the CW Tri-Cities 4 and across the world on Facebook and Blip TV. Contact us at the address on your screen, sswking@aol.com for more information.
SSW Fundraising Events, we're going to meet your needs. All right, Southern States Wrestling Heavyweight Championship on the line here as Frank the Tank Parker, along with that slime, James McHone, facing Lucas Angel. And this is going to be a very stiff challenge for Frank the Tank Parker tonight, because I don't know that these two have ever wrestled each other in a singles competition, but if they have, it's been some time ago. And Frank Parker, he's been focused on Ray Idol for the better part of the calendar year. So this is going to be something new for him maybe, and I hope he doesn't underestimate Lucas Angel.
No, he better not underestimate Lucas Angel by any means. He's a tremendous young up-and-coming competitor, no doubt about that. And Lucas has got the size and the strength that he could do some damage on Frank the Tank, no doubt about that. So, yeah, it should be a tremendous matchup. And, of course, we saw Ray Idol and Frank Parker battle it out back at Thanksgiving in the big double cage main event. But both men have moved on to other things now. That feud has blazed a trail throughout Northeast Tennessee and Western North Carolina, all over Kentucky, Virginia, as Frank Parker and Ray Idol. I'm sure they're not done, but it looks like we're going to move on to other things. And Lucas Angel right there with a tremendous clothesline on Frank Parker. And Frank already breaking that momentum, stepping out of the ring. You know, Lucas apparently maybe Frank underestimated him, Bobo. I don't know.
That's called strategy. He's trying to regroup. You see, And, you know, it's kind of funny that you did mention Ray Idle and Frank Parker, because if I'm not mistaken, I was supposed to speak with Mac McMurray and Al Bass personally, because I want to offer both those men a shot at my U.S. title in the year 2012. Unfortunately, Mac and Al hasn't returned my phone calls or emails yet, but I'm going to keep trying, because I feel, as a defending champion for 53 weeks now, that I feel that these two men, Frank Parker and Ray Idle, deserve it.
That's very giving of him here at Christmas, isn't it, Mike Sutherland?
You are so boring. You absolutely bore me to death. Let's get back to the match at hand here.
I'm not boring.
If you noticed a little while ago, James McHone, he reached in and grabbed hold of the ankle of Lucas Angel, not trying to trip him up, but trying to divert his attention, and didn't work there as Frank Parker finds himself in a side headlock now. Again, they're too evenly matched in size here to say one has the advantage over the other. It takes him over in a side headlock now. Referee Jake Booth sliding in there saying, hey, you know, is it time for a pinfall? Don't think so. James McHone, he's got to be thinking, you know, this could be my last Christmas as the owner of the SSW Heavyweight Championship, because if Frank Parker loses that title tonight, he's going to slide down those rankings a little bit. I don't know that you're going to be in line for a shot anytime soon, Bobo, but
I'm United States champion. What would I need with the Southern States title? I'm the United States champion.
Well, you would need to rack up some victories in this promotion for one thing. That would be a phenomenal feat.
53-week undefeated streak for my U.S. title. I've not been beaten for the title, and I'm never going to be beaten for the title.
He's the greatest reigning United States champion in his own mind that's ever been, Mike Sutherland. I mean, you know that one.
In his own mind, shoots him in now and tries for a hip toss. It got it reversed. I tell you, every time Frank Parker has tried to deliver some type of a maneuver here on Lucas Angel, Lucas has blocked it, and he has reverted back to what has brought him to the dance, and that's staying right on top of the SSW Heavyweight Champion.
I will give it to Lucas Angel. He is on top of his game tonight. He is on top of Frank Parker. He is staying on the champion. That is the only way you're going to beat Frank Parker, is if you stay on him. Frank Parker has been in professional wrestling for a number of years. He's been up and down the highways. He's been around the world. He's defended the title all over the Southeast, and he's right here tonight defending. Wow, what a clumsy man that Lucas Angel is.
What a clumsy nothing. He reached in and tripped him and sent him straight down, and I think that was the only way that Frank Parker was going to gain an advantage.
He tripped in the ring. I mean, that's clumsiness. That's why he won't get a shot at my U.S. title, because he's clumsy.
Well, Frank Parker jawing now with referee Jake Booth, and I don't think that's a smart decision. He needs to stay on top of his man and try to put him away as quickly as possible. Now, we know by watching Frank Parker over the years that he is a notorious slow starter in the ring, and there's been a number of wrestlers. Greg Valentine comes to mind. It takes a little while for them to get their momentum going in the ring. So, but as you see here, he's a very crafty veteran, very wily veteran. He had referee Jake Booth over in the corner as James McHone, that little fly in the ointment, so to speak, messing with Lucas Angel over on the other side.
That's not a little fly.
That's a valid point. I'll give you two kudos for that one.
See, we agree on something for a change.
Miracles always happen on Christmas, guys. Miracles always happen on Christmas. We're at the 5-minute mark in this contest, and Michael Sutherland, you're absolutely right, though, as far as what you're saying about Frank Parker. The man can go 60 minutes in a match, and I guess it's that slow start that he builds himself up, builds his momentum up. But the power, like right there, is always there in Frank Parker. I compare Frank a lot to Harley Race. Very methodical, very tactical. He doesn't waste a lot of effort and energy in there. He's not clapping or, doing anything at all that's not necessary. And that's part of why the man can wrestle for 60 minutes. And that's something he's always been able to do, even at the very beginning of his career, is he can get in there and he can go.
That's why I want to offer him a U.S. title match in 2012.
So he can take the belt?
No, so I can beat him and prove that I'm the #1 U.S. champion in the history. I'm the sweet daddy of wrestling, baby.
Got him in a chin lock here down on the canvas. I have no comment for that. Folks, we have still got the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, still to come, teaming with the Queen, Misty James, against some of the Illuminati henchmen. And when I mean henchmen, I don't know that we can categorize those three individuals any better than that. Is this going to be a mixed tag team match? Got a cover there. He failed to hook the leg, though, Joe Wheeler. failed to hook the leg. Plus, folks, we still have superstar Bill Dundee. Are you familiar with him? I know you've traveled in Memphis defending that piece of cardboard that you have as a title.
It's not a cardboard, and yes, I remember little Elvis.
Back and forth the action goes. Lucas Angel, Frank the Tank Parker here. As Parker with the advantage, at least for the moment. Lucas Angel down in the center of the ring. Frank Parker rolls him over, has got him set, and got a 2 count only out of that one. As Lucas Angel has definitely still got some fight in him, Mike Sutherland.
Joey's not hooking the leg, and I think that is a terrible, terrible mistake. And if I was James McHone, I would take him into the back, and I would ream him out real good for that, because he is, for once in this contest, he is wasting a valuable move. You may not think a hook of the leg as a move, but it has put many a men down because it compresses those shoulders down into the canvas a lot easier. And you've had your shoulders down on the canvas for a 3 count a number of times, Bobo. But anyway, Frank Parker, I think now he's just pulling from the air, trying to find a maneuver to put Lucas Angel down. You look here, Lucas Angel tries to roll him up with a schoolboy. 1, 2, and only a 2 count. He didn't try to grab the tights. Did you hear the force of the clothesline? He knocked the wind out of him.
Tremendous impact, no doubt about that. Frank the Tank Parker back in on a cover and got a 2 count once again. And Mike Sutherland, you're so right about hooking that leg, as again, Frank Parker does not hook that leg on Lucas Angel. I don't understand why he's doing that tonight, but it sure may pay off in a bad, bad way. As Parker now has got Angel draped across that second rope, and here comes old James McHone in there with his cheap shots as usual. He went in on Lucas Angel right there. But what a great matchup there. Lucas Angel is faring his own very well in this match against Frank Parker, Bobo.
I will give Lucas Angel, he is hanging in there. But in order to beat Frank Parker, he's got to do a lot better than what he's doing right now.
Well, he ducked a clothesline right there, and looks like we're going for a sunset flip there. Could put him down. 1, 2, and only a 2 count there, and he had the shoulders down, but Frank Parker's not worn down enough for a maneuver like that to put his shoulders to the mat.
That's what I beat Jerry Lawler with, was a sunset flip.
When was this?
When I wrestled him almost a year ago.
Well, James McHone now, he likes what he sees. He's got a grin on his face, and well, notice here, again, Frank Parker showing his veteran skills. Whether you like Frank Parker or you don't like him, he knows how to get the job done inside the squared circle, even if that means utilizing that worm he's got on the outside, James McHone.
Yeah, worm is a good phrase, one of many that come to mind when you think of McHone. Parker with a tremendous body slam right there on Lucas Angel, as Frank the Tank Parker, not notorious for his high-flying abilities, but he's on that second rope here. If he's able to make impact on Lucas Angel, this could very well finish it off. But no, Angel was able to roll out of the way, and Parker crashes down hard. Now is the time, now is the moment that Lucas Angel needs to turn this match around. This is his big moment right here, Mike.
Nothing's happened to James McHone, but his face, he looks like he's grimaced in pain because he knows that SSW Heavyweight Championship could be slipping out of those sweaty hands of his.
Very true, very true. Things are getting precarious here. Lucas Angel with a big clothesline right there. Caught his man with a back elbow smash, as Lucas Angel has definitely turned this thing in his favor. Series of shots there on Frank Parker. Angel now maybe taking too much time, and it sure did, as Frank Parker was able to grab that moment of breath and put that foot up. And again, Angel comes in. Again, Parker is able to move out of the way. He's got the full Nelson. This could do it, Bobo.
Yeah, this is Frank Parker's finisher, and he's got it cinched in. Is his fingers locked? Yeah, they're locked. Look at him.
This maneuver right here would put you in intensive care, Bobo. If Lucas Angel does not, if he does not break this hold right here, this is going to spell defeat. He is trying to reach for those ropes. Uh-oh, this is a bad sign here. He's off his feet, and that's it. He can't take any more.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, and still Southern States Heavyweight Champion, Mr. Destruction, Frank the Tank Parker.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Steven Hammer for a special segment called Let's Talk Wrestling. I'm here with James McHone of the Big Business.
James McHone. Get it right. You don't want a bad side of me again.
Big Business, James McHone. We have big business to talk about, James McHone. On the 31st at Southern States Wrestling, the Tennessee title, Scott Sterling and Ray Ottle, it being held up What are your thoughts about
The
this?
championship belongs to Scott Sterling. It belongs to the Big Business Army. The last time we were at Mount Carmel, every referee in the world couldn't get their thumb out of their butt to figure out what was going on. And Scott Sterling's a Tennessee champion. March 31st, in Mount Carmel, Scott Sterling regains the title. They're handcuffing me to Mike Cooper. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. I don't care about Mike Cooper. I'm sick of Ray Allen. Saturday night, March 31st, it's all resolved. Hey, but before we even get to the Tennessee title, big boy, why don't you talk about March 30th? Kingsport Civic Auditorium. Josh Crawford's not going to be there. Josh Crawford is finished. He's laid up. He's laid up, unable to even move out of that big, ugly house he's got. They built the biggest ramp in the world to wheel him back into his house because he's finished. Bo James, you show up Friday night. I paid the Illuminati, all right, not just for Chris Richards. I paid Tony Gibbons, Rob Knight, and Chris Richards to get the job done, and we did it. Friday night, Civic Auditorium, barbed wire around the ring for one night only. Big Business and the Illuminati are joining forces. I'll be right there, Bo James, right there, to watch the end of you. Your cousin's done. Your cousin won't be there. Don't bring that wife of yours anywhere close to the ring because you're going to get hurt. She'll get hurt. Everybody in the James family's getting hurt. And next week, I got some choice words for Steve Flynn. Getting in the ring with the Southern States champion, Frank Parker. You out of your mind? I got words for you next week, Steve Flynn. The Big Business Army's rolling.
More with the Power Half Hour right after this.
Get off the couch and get out to Samson's Gym in St. Paul, Virginia. Dauntless equipment, free weights, Smith & Cable machines, step aerobics, boxing equipment, cardiovascular equipment, tanning bed, drink bar, fitness wear, supplements, and more. Plus an instructor on duty at all times. Call 762-7170. Samson's Gym, your one stop for fitness since 1990.
Hello everybody, it's your old friend here, Handsome Bo James. Some people like to call me the King of Kingsport, and I'm here to tell you, it's finally here. Do you want to be a wrestler, kid? My first full-length book, 348 pages, never publicly told stories, rare photos, a history lesson of pro wrestling in East Tennessee. How I got my career started as a promoter at the age of 14 years old. How my in-ring career started at 15 years old. Stories of being so blessed and getting to work and compete with people like the Russian Bear Ivan Koloff, the Mongolian Stomper, Izzy Slapowicz, Nature Boy Buddy Landell, Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, Ricky Morton, and a whole lot more. Let's not forget about those practical jokes that wrestlers like to pull on one another, a whole chapter dedicated to that. Tributes to many of my fallen heroes turned friends like Wahoo McDaniel, Road Warrior Hawk, Sherry Martell, Billy Joe Travis, Moondog Spot, and a whole lot more. Buy your copy today, kingofkingsport.com. Each book comes with signed pictures of not only myself, but my beautiful wife, Misty James, and a DVD with never-before-seen matches, interviews, and special insight from me that follows the book. Do you want to be a wrestler, kid? Available now, kingofkingsport.com.
All right, fans, welcome to the Power Half Hour as we've got Steve Flynn taking on Bobo Brown in this contest. Should be a great matchup. Steve Flynn, of course, one half of your current Southern States Wrestling Tag Team Champions. He's a former Appalachian champion, and he's a double tough competitor. And Bobo had better be on his game for this one, Michael Sutherland.
Oh, absolutely right. You know, say what you want to about Bobo Brown, but he is an accomplished wrestler inside the squared circle, and this ought to be a great opening contest right here for the Power Half Hour. Fans, let's don't forget tonight in Rogersville, Tennessee, the PWF is going to be right there at the National Guard Armory with some big action-packed matches for you fans. Make sure you get there. Bell time's going to be 8 o'clock, but you better get there about 7 when they open those doors so you can get front row ringside seats for the big-time action in Rogersville, Dylan.
The past few times the PWF has been at the Rogersville National Guard Armory, we have ran out of chairs. We literally packed that building. You want to make sure you get there early, or else you may not get a seat. You'll be welcome to stay and watch the action, but you may not get that type of good seat that you want to get. So you want to make sure, like Michael Sutherland said, to get there early. And what we're seeing right now in the ring, Bobo Brown has Steve Flynn back in the corner, headbutts and elbows to the top of the head. That's going to rock the tag team champion.
He's got Flynn on the ropes, at least for the moment. Caught him with that hard uppercut shot right there. But Steve Flynn, like I said before, he's double tough. He's fighting right back. Snatches his man over right there, hits the ropes, comes across. Big leg drop there by Steve Flynn. Got it, Bobo rolled over now, got a cover, and got a 2 count out of that. Steve Flynn, of course, one of the members of the First Family, along with Beau James, Casey Thunder, Misty James. Double tough competitor and a veteran inside that squared circle, Michael Sutherland.
Well, you got to think now that he's in singles action. Yes, he is one half of the tag team champions right here in Southern States Wrestling, but there's plenty of singles titles that Steve Flynn can go after, such as the Tennessee Championship. We've got the PWF Heavyweight Championship in the area, so Steve Flynn has got to have his sights set on a singles title as well. Hey, Joe, he can have a belt thrown over each shoulder very quickly.
Oh, it's quite possible, and I have seen that with Steve Flynn in the past, carrying 2 championships at one time. He's a double tough veteran, and he is very, very worthy of any title that he wants to try to pick up. As Bobo's got him in trouble, at least for the moment, over here in the corner, catches him with a hard shoulder block right there, as Bobo with a big forearm opening up his arsenal of offense on Steve Flynn. But, Dylan, we can't talk enough about Rogersville tonight. It's going to be a huge match. And wait a minute, we've got a roll up in the ring as Flynn's got him, and he got the 1, 2, 3 right there. Awkward positioning.
Joe, it wasn't pretty, but it got the job done here in the opening contest. Steve Flynn, he's going to catapult up those singles rankings.
No doubt about that.
I'm here with former multi-time Southern States champion, Appalachian champion, tag team champion Steve Flynn. Saturday night, March 31st, you have the opportunity to gain the heavyweight title one more time in a match with Frank the Tank Parker.
Come the 31st, it's going to happen. James McHone, you can run your mouth all you want. Frank Parker, I've been in the ring with him twice here in the last couple months. Frank Parker don't have it no more. He's out of shape. Well, no, round is a shape, I should say. He's in shape. But round is the shape he's in. Frank Parker, I've got your number. You're not the athlete you used to be, and I am. I'm coming for you, and it's mine.
March 31st at the Armed Forces Center in Mount Carmel, Tennessee.